What up, YouTube? It's your boy Open Mind, one half of the recap, just coming at y'all for week 3 Thursday night football showdown. I have an interesting take on the Houston versus Panthers game. If you plan showdown, as always, I'll say it a million times, make multiple lineups, different combinations with different players in these spots. I didn't mean to do that, I'm sorry. But with Christian McCaffrey costing $20,000 in the captain spot, right? I think that constrains your lineup to get players you really probably don't want on your squad, that don't necessarily need on your squad, but because you've ran out of money by putting him there, because he is going to ball out. Houston got a okay defense, but they really not going to stop McCaffrey. They may stop the run, but they're not going to stop the pass. They may stop the pass, but they're not going to stop the run. It's going to be one or the other. I just know Houston is not going to stop the Panthers. I don't know if it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I give the Panthers at least 3 touchdowns. You know, Houston can stop they can stop you. They can make you punt the ball. They can. Give Houston defense their credit. They're not the best, but they can hold you to 4 downs and make you punt. So the Panthers are not going to score on every drive, which is why I say I'll give them 3 touchdowns in 4 quarters of football. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's going to be a really high score, but I'm sure that the Panthers will score 3 touchdowns, putting them in the high 20s somewhere with some field goals mixed in there. Don't know what the score don't be. Don't really care. Just saying, I'm aware that Christian McCaffrey is a factor and you should have him on your squad, but not necessarily in the captain spot. Here's why I say that. Houston quarterback is on IR, right? Tyrod Taylor is on injured reserve. I'll leave that up briefly so y'all can read it. I'm not going to read all of that. But if you didn't know, Tyrod Taylor is not playing tomorrow. Tonight. He's not playing. Tyrod Taylor is not playing. So, we have... one second. Who's the quarterback? Davis Mills. Okay. Nobody's ever heard of Davis Mills. We don't know what to expect from Davis Mills, but he's going to be the quarterback for the Houston Texans. Right? This is what he's going to... This is what y'all got to deal with. You got to deal with an unknown situation that you don't know what's going on. Now, he could very well ball out and torch the Panthers. He very well could. This is football. Anything can happen in football, and it doesn't matter if you're the best or the worst. Circumstances happen. People get injured, any given Sunday. But realistically, if everything goes as planned, where nobody gets hurt, and then this Davis Mills guy does what I think he's going to do, which is nothing, I think the best pick for the captain spot is the Panthers defense. Here's why I say that. The Panthers defense have been exceptional the first 2 weeks. All right? They got 9 points. They got 9 points on the Jets. 6 sacks against the Jets. 6. Held the Jets to 14 points. Held New Orleans to 7 points. 2 interceptions against New Orleans and 4 sacks. Now, this is against the team who had all their starting players, right? On offense. The New Orleans offense, it didn't have all their starting players. Let me take that back. The Jets did. But I'm saying they had their starting quarterback. Now, I think the defense is going to be a factor in this particular showdown, because Houston is weak on offense, okay? Let's look at Houston's offense. Just on offense, right? Davis Mills is going to be the quarterback. Ingram is the running back. Johnson and Lindsey. You got a running back committee. Burkhead. They got the New England Patriots thing going on in Houston, where it's a running back by committee, right? So neither one of these running backs, you don't know which one of them who's going to get the ball the most, because it's going to be situational football with Houston, since Houston, Texas, going with a quarterback who's not started and they don't know what he's going to do, really is untrustworthy. These running backs are going to run by committee. Which one of them is going to be a factor, you don't know. So I say fade all of them, right? The running backs. Now, As far as receiving core, Danny Amendola is out. Right? You got Brandon Cooks and Chris Conley to head the receiving core in Houston. Now, not saying don't pick either one of them. I'm saying that's it on offense for Houston. That's it right there. Brandon Cooks, Chris Conley, Anthony Miller, and Roberts. Roberts is an old man. I know who Roberts is. He's an old man. They still got this picture of his Bills jersey when he played for the Bills. That's how old this photo is of Roberts. Just saying, this is the offense going against Panthers defense as far as the showdown game is concerned. Right? That's why I said what I'm saying. I'm not just putting it out there because of an opinion. I am justifying that. I want anybody to tell me, comment under the video before game time, if you just feel that you just don't see what I'm talking about. You tell me what anybody on the right side of the screen is going to do against the Panthers defense. Mark Ingram, Johnson, and Lindsey. And none of them are going to have consistent touches. Even Rex Burkhead. You got 4 running backs, right? 4 running backs that may get 4 touches apiece because that quarterback got to throw that ball. They can't run the ball the whole game because Panthers can stop the run. Panthers held Alvin Kamara to maybe 60 yards rushing. I don't even think the Jets running back got any rushing yards. They stop in the run, and they got a great pass rush in the Panthers. I'm saying good luck to the Houston's offense. That's why I say you should put the Panthers defense in the captain spot. Right there. Just starting right there. I think that right there. Now, I don't know how your lineup's going to look below this. Your lineup can look however you want it to look. But I think whoever hits first place in this showdown game right here, they're going to have this defense in first place. Simply because I believe the defense is going to score against Houston. I think the defense are going to make a play. I think they're going to intercept the ball and take it to the house. I think they're going to force a fumble and maybe take it to the house. I think the defense is going to score a touchdown, which is going to really skyrocket because as the defense gets tackles and sacks and all that stuff, that's a 1.5 points for all of that stuff. Everybody know what the captain spot does. So now you got McCaffrey. You got Sam Darnold. You got DJ Moore, right? Because that's all you really need. You don't really need Robbie Anderson. You can get him. Not saying you can't get Robbie Anderson. You can get Robbie Anderson. But who do you want out of Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore against Houston's defense? I'll take DJ Moore. Right? Now, we got 5,500 left. Like I said, nothing against Houston's wide receivers, but I have a lot against their running backs. We'll check that out in a minute. I think Chris Conley's a good pick as far as on Houston because he's the second receiver. I don't expect him to ball out. I expect him to put up at least some digits on this scorecard that's not 0 or ice cold. Whereas anybody else you put there might not do nothing. So he's going to do something. Not expect him to ball out. And since you have to get one person from the other team, Chris Conley's my Houston person. And I'm looking at one of the kickers. Let's see. Kickers. Yeah. Before I pick the kicker, though, let me go back to the running backs and show y'all why I have something against them. Mark Ingram. This is what Mark Ingram has put out since he's been playing football. Since the first 2 weeks of football. David Johnson. This is what he's done. Philip Lindsay. Where is Philip Lindsay? That's the other running back. I passed him up. Philip Lindsay is up here somewhere. Yeah. Philip Lindsay. This is what Philip Lindsay has done. All right. These are Houston's running backs. Which one of them is going to do the best? Do you even know? And Rex Burkhead. Where is Rex Burkhead? Or did I pass him up? Did I pass up Rex Burkhead? I don't think he cost that much. Rex Burkhead. Where is he at? There he is. This is Rex Burkhead. This is Houston's running back committee core. right? Do what you will, make your lineups like you want to, but I strongly recommend the Panthers defense in the captain spot. If you don't want to put him in the captain spot and you insist on putting Christian McCaffrey in the spot like so, you insist on doing that, right? Not that your lineups have to have Sam Darnold and DJ Moore. If you insist on doing this, putting Christian McCaffrey in the captain spot, then at least have the Panthers defense somewhere on your squad. The Panthers defense, to me, is a pick that you should have on your squad. That is the most important pick in my opinion. Now, as far as everybody else, there's no way I can tell you what the best lineup looks like because it's all about the combination. You might want to take Sam Darnold out and then put Robbie Anderson there. Let's see, you got Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Chris Conley. And I guess if you just felt like it, you can get Mark Ingram. He's probably the best running back out of the group. But I'm saying, if you just disagree with me and you want the running back, this squad can look like this. I'm saying this is if you didn't pick Sam Darnold. I'm not picking Ingram. But then again, I am picking Ingram on squads that y'all don't see. This is the show squad. This is the recommendation squad. So I'm recommending your squad look this way. Let me see. Where was my kicker? I was looking at Zane Gonzalez. Is that the Panthers kicker? Yes. But also, I think I got a different idea here. I think we should get Houston's kicker. And I say that because in getting Houston's kicker, I'll put Sam Darnold back in there. In getting Houston's kicker, I still think Houston can get in field goal range, even though they're probably going to lose this game. I think they may get a rushing touchdown, right? One of the running backs is going to rush a touchdown. I don't know which one. And I think because I think the secondary is just going to shut the quarterback down. They're going to be forced to get a rushing touchdown if they get any. But I think any points the Texans put up are going to be from field goals, which is at least Joey Sly will get some points because I just can't see Houston scoring that much against the Panthers' staunch defense. The Panthers' defense is staunch. They just good. They ain't the best. They're not the Buccaneers. They're not the Bears. But they can hold their own. And I think they can definitely hold their own against Houston, who's weak right now. Houston is very weak on offense right now. Very weak. And I like to exploit weaknesses against, teams in the NFL. That's the best way to do it. Exploit those weaknesses. A team is injured in certain areas. Like let's say a team had an offensive lineman that's down and you're aware of it. 2 O linemen. You would get the running back for that team. Just for that day. If a team lost a DB and they got a secondary DB in there checking your wide receiver, you pick that wide receiver against that DB for that game. Because every week's going to be different. Every week, you don't pick Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey's not going up against a defense that's going to bother his numbers. Christian McCaffrey is a great running back, a great versatile back, but he can't shine against every defense he plays. He just can't. Christian McCaffrey cannot. He's not gonna be able to consistently give you 30+ points. He'll do it against the weaker teams, but there's gonna be some defenses that's gonna dwarf McCaffrey. He'll do well for the game he played, but he's not gonna do well for your lineup, right? So if you watched him play against the staunch defense, for the game that he played, he might give you 60 rushing yards and 50 reception yards, right? 6 catches, 50 yards receiving, 60 yards rushing because that defense held him in check. And maybe a touchdown. That's all he gave you that day. But you got other running backs that can do better than that against their matchup. So in this case, of course, get Christian McCaffrey. He's kind of a no-brainer. But I think the most important pick is the Panthers defense against Houston's weak offense at the moment. Because they just weak at the moment. And that's it. This is the show squad for y'all. Just wanted to give y'all a quick video. I ran my mouth enough, ranted enough. Make your squads how you want to. but please put the Panthers defense on your squad somewhere. Does not have to look like this. This is just a kind of like an example squad. This is not the squad that I'm definitely going to roll with definitively, but it's a good squad. And I'll give y'all an update on it for the live stream, how the squad did. If you want, you can put it in. You can have it. Here it is if you want it. But this isn't going to be the only combination that I use, right? This is an example squad only. With the Panthers defense right there, and just a possible situation of you got to pick somebody from Houston. I think Chris Conley's just he's cheap right there. He's starting. And he's going to get some targets, even if he don't catch them, even if the ball gets intercepted, the target's coming his way. You hope he catch them. Maybe he gets 5 catches. Maybe he gets 4 catches. Maybe gets not a lot of yards, but he won't have a 0 on your squad because you have to pick somebody from the other team. So if you spent most of your money on Panthers, you got to get somebody from Houston. Chris Conley's a good cheap pick to put right there. He's going to do something. All right, he's going to produce for you. Anyway, if Brandon Cooks is also a good pick, I'm not dismissing him. I just couldn't afford him on this squad. But trust and believe, I do have Brandon Cooks on a different combination squad somewhere. But all of my combinations across the board have the defense on it. The Panthers defense across the board is on every squad that I have. And that's the strategy that I'm going in with Showdown, with Thursday Night Football Showdown. One half of the recap, your host Open Mind. Happy drafting, get money, deuces.